This module is on calculating mole conversions using the IDEA strategy. Students in chemistry are completing this module, and IDEAS is a self-management strategy to be learned. In the Virginia Standards of Learning for Chemistry, this goes with SOL 4. And SOL 4 is about investigating and understanding chemical quantities based on molar relationships with two key concepts. Avogadro's principle and molar volume is the first key concept, and stoichiometric relationships is the second key concept. Now, in this unit, the most focus is on Avogadro's principle and molar volume. Notice that in the SOL, sometimes you're not sure what it is you're supposed to do. To show that you understand this information, what you're going to be doing is calculating conversions correctly. You're going to be looking at movie contents quite similar to what you're seeing right now. If I were to show you a table of contents of the movies that you're going to be seeing, you see the total number here, and you see that each one is labeled, and each one takes you further until at the very end you'll be able to do what's called mixed problems, and you can see that you'll have multiple opportunities to be using the IDEA self-management strategy and recognizing patterns. One of the things that you'll have is a student workbook with a cover that looks like this. If you haven't already, after you watch this movie, go ahead and complete the information on the cover. Another thing that you have inside your booklets are some laminated sheets. Take out the one that looks like this. Notice that you see the IDEAS strategy across the boxes. ID, and you go to the bottom, E, go to the top, A, and go all the way to the last one, S. You actually see on this screen space to do 3 different conversions. However, this is showing only one-step conversions. There are also 2-step conversions. Now, you don't need to understand it right now. I just want you to look at it. Notice again that you've got the IDEA strategy, but it's prompting you at different places. You still have the ID, and then you've got another box there that has SD. You'll learn how to do that, the part 2 of solve, the S part of IDEAS, as we get into using the strategy. Then you've got the E at the bottom, A at the top, and S with answer with units. S is actually going to stand for solve. So you can see here you've got 3 opportunities to write the answer, write the conversions on this sheet. Now, go to another laminated sheet, and this one is where the 1-step and the 2-step conversions are mixed up. And one of the ways that it's showing that you may or may not be using that second larger rectangle box is that it's got a spaced line around it. Notice again that you've got the IDEA strategy prompting you. As you become more proficient with using the IDEA strategy, you won't need the patterns, and you'll learn the IDEAS, the steps in the strategy. And so you may start solving some of the conversions on the other side of this laminated sheet. The other side is blank. Okay, this is your third and your last laminated sheet. On one side, you've got the periodic chart of the elements, and on the other side you have information that you'll be using. For example, When you're looking at an individual element, this is He for helium. Do you see where the star is? The star is telling you that that's that atomic mass or molar mass that you'll be using the most, that 4.00. Another thing that you see the words for on here is the idea strategy. You see it first as a mnemonic, and then you see all 5 steps laid out for you. You don't need to read the strategy right now, but that will be taught to you later. One of the things that you'll be using is the gray box of Mole qualities. Right now, it may have information that you do not know. By the time you get to your 3rd day of instruction, you should have memorized this kind of information in the gray box. That's the gray box of Mole qualities. You'll get a lot of practice with that. Okay, you now have something that's called a paddle response. It has AC on one side and BD on the other. Now you can see you've got to do it upside down if you want to answer D or if you want to answer C. So that's your paddle board. That's going to help you to do some responses. Let's do some practice right now. If your answer to these questions is yes, show A. If your answer is no, show B. Teachers, you may want to get toward the front of the room so that you can see what the students' responses are. That's what you'll actually be doing during the instruction. Okay, here's the first question. Did you earn a good grade in chemistry on your last report card? If your answer is yes, show A. If your answer is no, show B. Do that now. Paddle boards up. Okay, hopefully teachers, you're seeing a lot of yes responses. Paddle boards down. Next question. Would you like to earn good grades in chemistry for this grading period? Get ready to respond. Paddle boards up. Teachers, again, I'm hoping that you're seeing a lot of yes responses. Paddle boards down. Last question. Are you interested in learning a strategy that helps you calculate mole conversions? Get ready to answer. Paddle boards up. Okay, hopefully teachers are seeing yes for all of these. Now you know how to use your paddle board or your response paddle. Let's talk a little bit more about what calculating mole conversions is about. What you're doing when you're calculating mole conversions is you're changing from one type of units to another type of units. You'll need to know unit names and their quantities, and remember the gray box of mole qualities, you'll be using that. You'll also be learning how to use the IDEA self-management strategy. That will help you to do the calculations for conversions accurately, and it will help you remember how to do the calculations later after this module has been taught. Alright, so what you see right now is the table of contents for the movie, and this is the end of movie 1, your introduction to calculating mole conversions, and your next movie, number 2, is going to be about what is a mole and who is Avogadro. This is the end of movie 1.